What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another video. And actually, this one is a follow-up to our more recent video about Kamen Rider Revice regarding Genta Igarashi, the father of the Igarashi siblings. And I actually would like to thank and give a shout out to Abdul Rahman Nitiprojo for for commenting on the previous video. So thank you so much for giving me the idea to make this. And to start off, I rarely make videos involving just plain theories, but there could be some evidence that may suggest that this could be the case. However, of course, as I say with all these types of videos, which involve pure, personal ideas. So, whatever I say in this video, don't take it as like news. Uh, this is all just theory and speculation, okay? Nothing is final unless it's gonna air in the next episode or there's gonna be a leak coming out, hopefully in the future. If there's a leak, again, for things like that, we will post it, especially on jfusion.com, as soon as they're out, and as much detail as possible would be available. However, if you missed the previous video, I will link it down in the description so you guys have an idea of what I am going to talk about today. So, as you probably have already read from the title of this video, Ikki Igarashi, yes, our main boy Kamen Rider Revice, though for illustration, may actually already be dead. So, in a sense, he's a literal dead man. Well, I guess we can say that Takeru Tenkuji also is a dead man. But for all intents and purposes, we're gonna focus, of course, on Ikki here. So, okay. I know this statement, also, if you already read the title, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are gonna be shocked, or maybe if you're watching this video at this point, yeah, you probably already are shocked at what I just said. Again, uh, this is just pure speculation. This is just a theory. So, okay, what kind of evidence am I going to present here? Well, that's what I'm, that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. And uh, actually, this may also tie into at least at least in some way to the previous video with Genta Igarashi. So, okay, let's just move on with the video, shall we? So, like I've said, just a few moments ago, there could be some kind of plot involving Ikki, and then maybe in some future episode we find out that he actually doesn't exist anymore, at least in the way that we would think he would exist. So, what am I talking on about here? Now, let's go back some previous episodes ago, like about, I believe, the first time that Ikki used a full powered rider kick to separate the dead man's. I believe it was episode 3 or 4. So, the first time when he saved his childhood friend Ayaka when she became a phase 2 dead man. So, Kong Deadman phase 2. So, Ikki at least was able to use a rider kick and then free Ayaka from from being a dead man phase 2. And then at the end of the episode, there's a family picture of the Igarashis, and Ikki vanishes from the picture. Now, this doesn't happen once. It at least happened twice, if I remember correctly. although it has never happened, or it hasn't happened in more recent ones, but we could probably get back to that in future episodes. So we can say that each time Ikki goes, all out, uses his full power on the Deadmans, although he's been basically getting so much power ups that I don't know. He could be using his full power to, let's say, defeat the Deadmans, especially, episode 14 or 13 to 15, where the Igarashi siblings especially, so they combine their rider kicks to defeat the saber-toothed Deadmans, the Planaria Deadmans, and then the Chameleon Deadman. So I I think Ikki had to use more than more than necessary. He had to use his power, which is more than necessary. Sorry, I got lost in my own thoughts. But yeah, using those high power techniques, especially either to separate a dead man from its contractor, or in the case of a phase 3 dead man, or especially once you're phase 3, you're already a gift text, so it's a much riskier move for Ikki to use his rider kicks. But again, we haven't seen the full effect of that recently. Again, we only have hints, right? From the pictures where Ikki vanishes. Again, it hasn't happened recently, but maybe we would get to that in future episodes. So now, how does their father tie into this? Now, I mentioned in the previous video, again, linked down in the description, that uh, you know he is somewhat related to this. He could be related to how his children, again, Ikki and his siblings, how his children can transform into Kamen Riders, and how their demons are different from, let's say, the dead man's type of demons, which are obviously completely different, right? Now, okay, now this is going to be spoiler alert because, last time in the previous video, I tried not to spoil, but in order to talk about this topic in more detail, I guess now would be the best time to say spoiler alert. Um, and as I always mention, please do make sure that you catch up with the latest episodes. So I guess now's the perfect time. If you haven't, pause this video, watch the most recent episodes of Revice, and then come back. Okay, so play this video once again once you're done, or if you haven't, so go back, watch all the episodes if you haven't started yet, and then watch this video once again. All right. So I'm pretty sure at this point, I hope you already have seen uh, Kamen Rider Revice. You caught up with the latest episodes. So now let's continue on. And again, spoiler alert if you haven't watched. I already gave my warning. So at this point, you should be ready. So, okay, episode 15. Ikki's father, so Genta, was taken to a hospital, actually the Phoenix Hospital, because he has been suffering from chronic back pain for at least a good couple of episodes already at that point. So, uh, Best Boy Hiromi offers to take, or, you know, Best Boy Hiromi offers to take Genta to the Phoenix hospital so he can be treated immediately and with the best care possible. Nice. So by the end of the episode, so we see that Hiromi is already the commander of Phoenix, and he leaves immediately, feeling not feeling very well, which is most likely due to the effects of using the demon's driver extensively and probably with some injuries from his previous battles. So it's understandable that he is significantly weaker each use. So anyway, so Hiromi leaves, and George is like in the room, and then a medical staff enters just as Hiromi left. So she had a surprisingly, or she had a shocking rather, report to tell Hiromi, supposedly, but again, he left, so the medical staff just talked to George instead, who was also in the room at that time. So the medical staff showed an X ray result of Genta, which revealed that he literally has no heart. I repeat, Genta has no heart. And I don't mean the emotional side of things, like literally the organ that pumps blood through your body. Genta doesn't have a heart. I know, I've said it many times already. So, yeah. So, how is he even alive with that? You know? However, it could somewhat tie in. Now, okay, let's talk about GIF. Not the image format that, loops a certain picture around. Like, okay, the probably the main villain of the story, GIF. Okay, GIF sama. Okay, okay. So, George has been examining the GIF monolith, or the GIF statue that he was able to recover from the destroyed DEADMAN's base, and he is very much intrigued because it's made of stone, but there is a heartbeat inside. Let me mention that once again. GIF is definitely, at least for now, a stone, right? But inside is a living, beating heart. Now, this isn't final, again, but if we could assume, which is at least at this point is the most likely scenario, that heart belongs to Genta. Now, how and or why would this happen? And how does it connect to Ikki possibly being dead? Now, this is basically the main theory that I have. Okay, so get as much salt as you need, because this is just gonna be pure speculation from this point. Okay, so spoilers I think are over. Now it's just pure speculation and theory. All right, so it is possible that Ikki, or at least the Ikki that we're supposed to know, had already died long before the series had started. Now, how he is able to obtain a demon, perhaps, is another question for another time. But let's say, okay, just for the sake of this video, that he died a long time ago. Now, probably a grief-stricken Genta probably was looking for some way to cope with his loss. So, let's say that he was able to encounter GIF at some point. Now, I do have a couple more theories in this regard. First, Genta himself may have been part of the cult that worships GIF sama. Well, that would be a very interesting twist, and if this is the case, this one is the one that I want to happen in the show. Now, the second possible theory for that is, well, Genta may not be actually part of that cult, but he was, however, found, or let's say for some uh, unknown situation, uh, or somewhere and somehow he was able to meet someone who is part of that cult. So again, it this could happen either two ways, but the end result would be still Genta being able to meet Gift-sama. Okay, uh, and then uh, probably sensing the power of Gift, so he tries to make a deal. Probably brings back Ikki, or I guess maybe not actually bringing back Ikki to life, but maybe Gift-sama was at least able to create a copy of Ikki and then make everyone believe that he's still alive, or erasing from their memories that he actually had died, or at least changing it so that Ikki never died, which could explain the photos, right? So now we're going back to those photos. So if Gift-sama created a version of Ikki, that exists, and the reality becomes clear. So in those photos, it's not that the Ikki is, trying to destroy himself in the process by again using his rider kicks or super powered finishers, but rather the reality starts to come out, and eventually, you know, at least in the Igarashi family's minds, uh, they will start to realize that Ikki hadn't even existed in the first place, or at least, they would realize that in those photos, Ikki is not there because he's already dead. So now, again, Genta offers his heart literally to Gift-sama, and then Gift-sama probably doesn't have the power to bring the dead back to life. However, he is able to create an illusion, basically, that will seem so realistic that everyone believes that Ikki is still alive, or the Ikki that they see is a living, breathing being. But the further we go into the show, and the more Ikki uses his powers, this effect would eventually start to wear off. The illusion starts to disappear. So, how is Ikki going to be able to handle this once he himself realizes the truth that he the truth that he probably doesn't even know of, right? The possibility of him being actually already dead. How is he going to cope with that? How is he going to continue on living if he realizes that he isn't even alive technically? You know, this actually blows my mind right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so mind blown by this idea that this is going to be so big. You know, if this turns, if all of this turns out to be correct, oh my goodness, this would be the biggest mind blow that I would probably ever had. I would probably ever have in my life. I mean, I've had a few theories before that came true. One that I clearly remember is that Kamen Rider builds Sento, Kiryu, and then another character named Takumi. Uh, I forgot his name. Damn it! But nonetheless, uh, so this scientist that created the Bill driver and Sento are actually the same person. So yeah, but you see, like this early, right? We already have this really mind blowing theory that I don't know. Am I hoping that this would be the case? In a sense, yes. I actually would be very interested in seeing how, you know, possibly a dead man. Mm-hmm, you see, the name, or at least the name of the organization, already has some connection to it. We don't know for sure, but it could be possible. So yeah, how a dead man like Ikki, if this is actually going to be the case, so Ikki, uh, I think there's going to be more drama in that. You know, I really think the show is going to be a lot more gripping, and oh my goodness, like if again this could blow everything out of the water, but dang, you see, I'm already surprised. I know this video is taking so long already. I can see the camera, but yeah, this is a very big theory that we are facing right now. So I'm really interested in seeing how this could play out if this again is going to be the case. So what do you guys think of this theory? Let me know in the comments. So in order to not make this video very long, I know it's long enough already, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. Again, tell me what you think of this theory in the comments. I know I'm talking about trash right now, but if you're interested, who knows? So again, thanks so much again to Abdurrahman uh, for commenting. Sorry, I can't remember your name because of all the things that are going on in my head right now because of this theory. So yeah, again, thank you so much for that comment. If you haven't seen the last video, links down in the description. So yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.